Shabbat Shalom and welcome everybody. I am Rabbi Javier Carapan and I'm joined this evening by Leslie Zucker and our musicians and our technical team. Big thank you to our BAO committee for bringing us beyond our walls, and we always are in need for digital docents and people to help us with that. It didn't work? Oh, it was off. There you go. There you go. Oh, it's working. Thank you.
Leaders, does it take to change a slide?
This evening we have a special evening. It's one of our Beit format. Tonight is our Beit Knesset because it has some action items you can take, especially in the way that you eat and prepare your food. We hope so, that you'll learn some tips from our guests, and I'll tell you in just a minute about him. So it's our 30-30-30-ish minutes thing. So get 30 minutes of worship, 30 minutes of dinner, and about 30 minutes of learning with our speaker this evening, David Haken. We'd like to welcome David. Leslie has known David for about 20 years, which is how Leslie became familiar with his passion for social action and what we would call Tikkun Olam. In fact, they performed in a musical duo together for several years. What was the duo called?
Street Corner Choir. As
With
some
the
of you, just the two of us, yeah.
You were a choir.
We were a choir. It's,
wow,
you know.
that's quite some singing there. So yeah, my four-part singing is not as good as it used to be, but
some of you got to hear us at a song session. He came and played with me once.
oh, that's true. I remember that. That's what I remember, David. He is a retired science teacher and now working on community climate action training. So looking forward to learning and taking some actions. This evening, it is our way to celebrate and mark Earth Day here at Beth Torah, which was yesterday, April 20th. For those of us here in person, we're calling the page numbers in the square brackets, and take a moment to make sure that all your electronic devices are in silence. So we welcome Shabbat. We turn to page 120. As we light the candles, I would like to invite Andrea Swivelman to light the, and her husband as well, Jay, to light the candles and welcome Shabbat.
Okay. Smarter. I never remember to look.
Beautiful.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you. Our service continues with Lecha Dodi. It's on page 138. We're singing today stanzas 2, 4, and 9. Lecha Lecha Dodi, Likrat Likrat Kala, B'nei B'nei Shabbat Mekabelav. Lecha Lecha Dodi, Likrat Likrat Kala, B'nei B'nei Shabbat Mekabelav. La 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 la. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Likrat Kala, B'nei B'nei Shabbat Mekabelav. Lecha Lecha Dodi, Likrat Likrat Kala, B'nei B'nei Shabbat Mekabelav.
Likrat Shabbat, l'chu v'nelcha, ki b'kol haberecha, merosh b'kerev nesucha, sof ma'aseh b'makshavat chila, la 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 la, lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, b'nei b'nei Shabbat mekabela, lecha lecha dodi, likrat kala, b'nei b'nei Shabbat mekabela.
יתנערי מעפר קומי, לבשי בגדי תפארתך עמי, על יד בן ישי בית הלחמי. קורבה אל נפשי גאלה, לה 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 לה, לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. בואי בשלום עצרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לה 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 לה, לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. יא לה 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 לה, יא לה 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 לה, יא לה 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 לה, יא לה 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 לה, יא לה 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 לה, יא לה 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 לה, יא לה 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 לה, יא לה 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 לה. ברכו את אדוני We continue together on page 151. Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol, all these things your Torah gives to us. And the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What would be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works and the living language that gives its form? Baruch Ata Adonai, Ohev Amo Israel. Shema Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol lavavecha v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha, ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shilantam levanecha v'dibarta b'ham v'shivtecha b'vetecha uv'lektecha b'derek uv'shochvecha uv'kumecha u'kshartam leot al yadecha ve'hayu letotafot b'neinecha u'chtavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'visharecha leman kizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'tem kedoshim leolechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim
להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Amen. We join together at the top of page 157. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא תהילות, עושה פלא, עושה פלא, מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש.
We continue in the middle of page 160. Grant us, O God, that we lie down in peace, and raise us up, O guardian, to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Guide us with your good counsel. For your name's sake, be our help. Shield and shelter us beneath the shadow of your wings. Defend us against enemies, illness, war, famine, and sorrow. Distance us from wrongdoing. For you, God, watch over us and deliver us. For you, God, are gracious and merciful. Guard our going and coming to life and to peace evermore. Blessed are you, Adonai, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Baruch atah Adonai, הפורס סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותיהם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותיהם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותיהם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותיהם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותיהם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותיהם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש. ושמרו לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah El Hagadol Hagibor ve'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim Ve'Konei Hakol Ve'Zocher Chasdei Avot V'Imahot U'Mevii Geula Livnei Bneihem Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham Be'ezrat Sarah Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mechayei Metim Atah Rav Lehoshia Morit Hatal Mechalkel Chayim Bechesed Mechayei Metim Berachamim Rabim Sohomek Noflim Verofech Cholim Umatir Asurim Umekayem Emunato Lishenei Afar Micha Mocha Bagevurot Umido Melach Melech Memit Umechayeh Umatzmiach Yeshua B'neiman atah lahachayot metim Baruch atah Adonai mechayei hametim Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh U'kdoshim b'chol yom yalalu chasela Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh. מיולה סום אמרי פי
As we gather on this Shabbat, we offer a prayer for those in need of healing. We invite you to type names online, and here, those in person and a chance to offer names as I go around the sanctuary. We're going to start in this corner. Anybody? To think of those in need of healing, we join together in the Mi Sheberach prayer.
Mi Sheberach Avotenu Mekol HaBeracha Leimotenu the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen.
May the one who blessed our ancestors bring blessings of strength, compassion, and healing to those of us who struggle with the oppression of addiction, emotional distress, and mental suffering. Surround them with loving kindness, grace, companionship, and peace.
Mi Sheberach Imotenu Mekol HaBeracha Avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
It's time for our Simcha moment. We invite you to share Simcha from this past week. Could be birthday, anniversaries, good news. If you are online, we invite you to type them. For those of you here in person, please come up here to the Simcha mic and tell us who you are and why you're here. And I'm monitoring the one online to see if I see anything. Well, it's okay. Carol is doing all right. She couldn't be here tonight. Hi, Carol.
Yeah, good week. I just want to thank Susan and Mitchell for providing transportation tonight, and I'm happy to have my son here, and thank everybody. And thank Leslie for her help.
Take a seat, Marilyn. Okay. It's easy because, yes, that's good. We'll keep Marilyn here. You'll see why in a minute.
My name is Denton, and I just remembered that I turned 26 this week.
That memory lapse isn't supposed to happen for a few more years, you know.
I'll trade years.
Well, you know where I work.
I do know where you. Yes, it's a dark humor.
Dark humor. Tonight, I wanted to share a couple of things. It's going to be more than 2 sentences. But it's not the Simcha moment, it's the learning part of the Simcha moment. There's a prayer in Mishkan Tefillah. It's in the morning service, so we rarely do it. But it's one of my favorites because I think it really speaks, to me at least, about the highest ideals of Judaism, the pursuit of chesed, of righteousness and compassion for everyone on earth. And this is, it's very short. It says, when justice burns within us like a flaming fire, when love evokes willing sacrifice from us, when to the last full measure of self-devotion, we demonstrate our belief in the ultimate triumph of truth and righteousness, then your goodness, O God, enters our lives, and we can begin to change the world. And then you live in our hearts, and we, through righteousness, behold your presence.
It's one of my favorites as well.
Oh, good. Changing the world is not an easy task, and our tradition has been at it for over 3,000 years, and there's still so much work to be done. But we are not going to give up now after 3,000 years. And during the counting of the Omer that we are in the middle of now, from Pesach to Shavuot, we are keenly aware that counting shows our care and concern for what counts for us. Every kind action counts, and each one of us counts and can make a difference one day at a time. In his book, The Eternal Journey, Rabbi Jonathan Wittenberg writes, the laws regarding the Omer are very strict. Every day matters, and not one may be missed. Not to waste a single day should be our ideal in life. In general, we could perhaps say that a day is wasted when we've done nothing that brings happiness or good to others, and nothing that brings a sense of purpose to ourselves, end quote. We count, and in doing so, we make an accounting of who we are and what we want. One day in that counting will stand out for us this season. And that day in the counting of the Omer is May 2nd. Because on that day, we are given the opportunity to count in a very tangible way. We need to fill in that huge sanctuary at Church of the Resurrection here in Leawood with as many of our Beth Torah members as possible. Now, this is coming up. You might have heard about it from last year, and some of you were there, but now we are only 11 days away from the big day for justice here in Johnson County. Our numbers will matter. They will count. You know, every seat needs to be filled. Seat warmers are welcome. This is the whole point.
It's a lot of seats if you've ever been over there.
It's a lot of seats. Because that will help us when we make our case on affordable housing, homelessness, and mental health care. Those are the 3 issues that the Good Faith Network is working on. And there, we're going to have the elected officials who can actually change and make the changes that we demand. Many of us have been involved in many different capacities with the Good Faith Network in the past 3 years. And this is called the Nehemiah Assembly. And it's an opportunity for everyone to participate and be counted. You don't have to be part of the network. You just have to come, show up that day. We ask that once a year, this time on May 2nd at 6:30 p.m., you show up and count towards making our community a better place for us all. Huh? 6 o'clock? I'm sorry, 6 o'clock. Don't quote me. 6 o'clock. Thank you. Yeah, if you get there at 6:30, you'll miss the beginning. But if you can only get there at 6:30, please be there. One next step is to use our collective voices to prompt action from those who have the power to affect change. In front of a gathering of about 1,200 people plus, we hope, Our local decision makers will make commitments to addressing the most serious problems in our community. This increases accountability and demonstrates the level of support our public officials have to implement innovative policies and funding solutions. As you have to do, all you have to do really is show up and witness how we will build our case around each issue. If you've never been, you are missing a big event. But by showing up, we will demonstrate, as the prayer says, our belief in the ultimate triumph of truth and righteousness. It is our chance to make our voices heard. It's for a chance for us to make our values count.
Did we miss another detail?
I just wanted to say one thing, and that is from a meeting that took place maybe 2 months ago, it looks like we're getting very close to ending homelessness in Johnson County.
Wonderful.
And I do believe that of the 3 initiatives, that the good faith network.
So just for everybody online, so homelessness is closed. We have more information during the announcement, so we'll get you in touch with people. I don't want to lose the idea that we want to count, and the idea of this liturgical moment in which we count the Omer. There's a lot more information out there. We'll share it with you. But as we are here this evening, we will count the Omer and make ourselves count on that day. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kideshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sfirat ha'omer. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who sanctify us with mitzvot and commands us concerning the counting of the Omer. Hayom 16 yom she'em shnei Shavuot u'shnei yamim la'omer. Today is 16 days, which is 2 weeks and 2 days of the Omer. So we honor each one of you for the gifts that you bring to our sacred community. Together we join in song to mark this sacred occasion. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehecheyanu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehecheyanu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Service continues on page 586 with Aleinu L'Shabech. Here, please stand and join us. You stay there.
Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו, ושמו, ושמו אחד.
To deliver our Azkara on this Shabbat, I would like to invite Marilyn Lewandowski to join us on the bima.
About my father. My father, Hans Joachim Adler, was born in Neisse, Germany in 1909. My parents both lived in Würzburg, Germany in 1933, where they met through a blind date. It was love at first sight. Their love story continued until his death on April 22nd, 1980, from prostate cancer. My mother immigrated to America in 1933, and my father followed her the next year. He served in World War II as a dental attendant for 2 years. My father practiced dentistry in 3 locations, one of which was 9th and Grand, where I have fond memories of throwing confetti out the window during the American Royal Parade. Aside from his adoration of his family, he had an absolute love of the arts, which included opera, ballet, theater, and I was fortunate enough to be taken to all the performances. A fond memory I have is of my father dancing the waltz with me on Sunday mornings after brunch. His other passion was photography, which inspired me to take several photography classes and produce a huge portfolio of some great pictures. He lived and breathed photography and filming with his Super 8 camera while my mother would hold a tape recorder next to him as he narrated his photography so he would have it to play with the movies he showed at many dinner parties. They had traveled to so many countries, including Africa and India, just to name a few. I was fortunate enough to go to many countries, such as Greece and Switzerland. They had an abundance of love for their grandchildren. John was the only grandchild in town, so he received a tremendous amount of attention. Unfortunately, I only found out that I was expecting my second child the afternoon of his death. I know my dad would have loved seeing and interacting with my second child, Jeffrey Aaron. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Marilyn. And we continue the Azkaras next month, so we'll have more every month in the next couple of years. We thoughts now turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose names are unmarked, graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation who have been a blessing for humanity. We remember them now. We are observing the Shloshim period for Arnold Lee Cole, stepfather and father-in-law of Greg Raymond and Brandy Fisher, and grandfather of Shoshana and Jonathan. Susan Busman, sister and sister-in-law of Steve and Janice Katz, and aunt of Heather Katz and Emily Katz. And Tanny Shafran, wife of Miles Shafran, mother of Zach Shafran and Hillary Snow, grandmother of Claire, Cole, and Camille, and great-grandmother of Caden. And today we remember the following yordzites of members of our congregation: Hans J. Adler, Joseph Berkowitz, Paulina Biderman, Isabel I. Childers, Craig Citron, Dorothy Fagelbaum, Fanny Feiner, Albert Ferber, Bernard Frimmerman, Helen Rose Gandel, Marshall Gary, Leo B. Gelfand, Lawrence J. Callender, George Kaplan, Harold Katz, Eve Kessler, Leonard Klein, Dorothy Kreitman, Nancy Levine, Erwin Lewandowski, Lillian Lustig, Simon Polsky, Jean Sains, Leo Schultz, Harold Siegel, Esther Silverstein, Beth Smith, Merle Smith, Evelyn Spitkowski, Shirley Zeskind. Zichronam livracha, may the memories be for a blessing. Page 598, Kaddish Yatom, the Mourners Kaddish. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון ובימיכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך לעלם ולעלמי עלמיה, יתברך וישתבח בית פאר בית רומם בית נשא, בית אדר בית עלה בית הלל, שמי דקודשה בריחו, לאלה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תוש בחתה ונחמתה, דא אמירם בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועמו ישראל ואמרו
Time for some announcements. Special thanks to Larry Meyer and Warren Sickle and Leslie for beautiful music this evening. Thanks to our Shalom Squad and ushers, Cynthia Connor and Denton Williams.
Oh, yeah, that's me. Also, thank you again to Marilyn for her Oz-Kara reflection. Our Shabbat celebrations continue tomorrow morning.
And Andrea Sivelman.
Oh, Andrea.
I skipped Andrea Sivelman.
I thought you said Andrea.
No, I did not say it.
Thank you, Andrea.
And
And Jay. Oh my gosh. You know, everyone, thank you. I love you all. I don't know where my brain is. Our Shabbat service celebrations continue tomorrow morning with Sichat Shabbat, our Shabbat conversation in the library. And following that, we have Shabbat morning worship right back here in the sanctuary.
Next Friday is Israel Shabbat. We hope you join us for a special service with Israeli music in our choir, volunteer choir.
And band. And speaking of Israel, check out our website for a list of There we go. For a list of upcoming community Yom HaZikaron and Yom HaAtzmaut events. So you can get all those details on our website.
And again, one night, one voice, Tuesday, May 2nd at 6 p.m. If you have any questions this evening in particular, your point person just for this evening is Marcia Reedmaster, who is sitting out here. So you can ask Marcia any questions about that. We do want you to, if you can, either register or get an invitation so we make sure that better accounts. Otherwise, just don't show up. We want you to be. If you show up, it's okay too, but we want you to be in it, had an invitation and be there so we can count on you.
Believe it or not, graduation is right around the corner. It is time to start collecting information. If you are a Beth Torah member and you are graduating from something or have a child or grandchild graduating, let us know. And you can email Sharon. She'll tell you all the details that we need.
Okay, a lot more going on in May. Just check our webpage, our calendar, our kiosk, our app, all that. And after our closing song this evening, we will invite you to join us in the Ulam for Kiddush, in Shabbat dinner, and our Beit Knesset. So as soon as you exit, find a seat at a table, right? Do we have the Kiddush before that?
We have Kiddush, and we should have talked about this before we stood up here in front of people. Yes, we normally do Kiddush first, and then everybody gets a seat.
Okay, thank you. All right, let's stand and sing Oseh Shalom.
Oseh Shalom b'romav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Oseh Shalom b'romav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Oseh shalom b'romav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Oseh shalom b'romav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen.
Shabbat Shalom.
Take care of each other out there.